Welcome back to the E's and B's YouTube, and it's Picks and Gravy, Week 2. Coming off of last week, Week 1, the first installment of Picks and Gravy here on the E's and B's YouTube. Just a fast, quick update from how we did. How about the NCAA football? 17-4, and of course the Gravy lock, it hit. That's right, Notre Dame over Boston College there on that Gravy lock. Over at NHL, a little tougher time. We went 8-7, but once again, Gravy lock. That one hit, as well as the New Jersey Devils beat the Senators there last week. Then NBA, a little bit tougher, 9-4, not too bad. Once again, Gravy lock of the week, it hit. That's right, those Lakers knocking off the Spurs last Sunday. Then last but not least, in Week 1, it was NFL. How about the toughest? 7-6. Not a very solid, just barely over 500 week. And the only one, the Gravy lock, that did not hit. That's right, those Vikings. They struggled against the Cowgirls last week. Cowgirls coming out on top 40-3. Week 1 results, like I said, 41-21. A solid week for all you gambling bettors out there. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow us each and every week. Every Saturday morning, Picks and Gravy, presented to you by E's and B's Podcast. Follow us each and every Friday for E's and B's Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts at. With that being said, let's jump right into Week 2, starting off with college football. We got Mississippi State at Ole Miss. We'll take Ole Miss. Tulane Green, they'll be playing Cincinnati. We'll take Cincinnati. Baylor at Texas, we'll take Texas. North Carolina State at North Carolina, we'll take North Carolina. UCLA at Carolina, we're going to take UCLA. Florida and Florida State, the Battle of Florida. How about Florida State? That's who we got. Then the big game. How about the game everybody will be waiting for on Saturday? The one that could determine a lot for the college playoffs. How about Michigan at Ohio State? Folks, who do you got? I like to let you know right here, right now, it is our Gravy lock of the week, and we are rolling with the Buckeyes. That's right, Ohio State over Michigan this Saturday. That is our NCAA football Gravy lock this week. Keeping it going, South Carolina versus Clemson. We've got Clemson, Georgia Tech, and Georgia, the Battle of Georgia. How about the Bulldogs? They keep things rolling. Then Coastal Carolina, they'll be taking on James Madison. We've got Coastal Carolina. They're still undefeated. Oregon at Oregon State. We'll still take Oregon, desperately hanging on there, trying to get into those college playoffs. Then Auburn versus Alabama. Always a good game, but we're going to stick with Alabama. That's right. Utah, they'll be traveling right here to Colorado. Colorado, still a struggling season. Utah will dominate that one. Then Michigan State, they're traveling to Pennsylvania to play Penn State. That should be a tough matchup. We're going to roll with Penn State. Iowa State, they'll be traveling to TCU. TCU staying undefeated and still in that top 4. UCF, they'll be taking on South Florida. We're going to roll with UCF on their solid season. LSU, they'll be traveling to Texas A&M. Another game to keep an eye out for, but we're going to roll with LSU, putting the pressure on that college poll. Then Notre Dame and USC, possibly the second best game of the weekend coming down there, are actually out west here in California. We're going to take USC in that one in an nail-biter. Then Tennessee at Vanderbilt. How about Tennessee getting back to winning ways, shaking off that South Carolina big-time loss? We're going to take Tennessee over Vanderbilt. Kansas and Kansas State. How about that one? Another big battle game. Kansas State needs that win desperately to get a great chance at a good bowl game. We'll take Kansas State in that. And last but not least, the college football game of this weekend, Washington at Washington State. We'll roll with the Huskies in Washington. That's college football for this weekend, folks. Like I said, one more time, the Gravy lock. We are taking Ohio State over Michigan. Now let's move over to the pond, NHL. Oilers at the Rangers. We've got the Rangers. Calgary at Hurricanes. We're going to take the Hurricanes. St. Louis Blues at the Panthers. We'll take the Blues. The Maple Leafs at the Penguins. We got the Maple Leafs. The Capitals at the Devils. We'll take the Devils. They're rolling hot. Flyers at the Islanders. Another hot team. The Islanders. We'll take them. The Blue Jackets at the Predators. We'll take the Predators. The Stars at the Abs. We'll take the Abs. And side note, that is our NHL Gravy Lock of the week. It will be the Colorado Avs over the Dallas Stars in a very good game. Make sure you guys check that out for all you hockey fans out there. Canucks at Vegas. We're going to take Vegas. Coyotes at the Wild. We'll take the Wild. Jets at the Blackhawks. We're going to take Winnipeg. The Canucks at the Sharks. We're going to take the Sharks. Then we got the Kraken at the Ducks. We'll take the Kraken. And the last NHL game of the weekend, the Senators at the Kings. We've got the Kings. That's all from the pond. Now let's pass it over, get right to the court and talk some NBA. How about the Mavericks at the Raptors? We're going to take Dallas. Then the Lakers, they're going to try to rebound against the Spurs, but we're going to take the Spurs. Thunder at the Rockets. We've got the Thunder. Jazz at the Suns. We'll take the Suns. Then over on Sunday, how about Portland at the Nets? We're going to take Portland. The Warriors at the T-Wolves. We'll take the Warriors. The Pacers, who are red hot ever since the trade, at the Clippers. We'll take the Pacers. The Heat at the Hawks. We've got the Hawks. The Grizzlies at the Knicks. We're going to roll with the Knicks. How about the 76ers at the Magic? We're going to roll with the 76ers. The Wizards are going to be traveling to Boston, and that is our gravy lock of the NBA week. Celtics over the Wizards. Once again, our gravy lock, Celtics over the Wizards in the NBA scene. Then we got the Cavs over the Pistons. And last but not least, the last NBA game of the weekend, the Mavericks at the Bucks. We're going to take the Bucks. Now, last thing we got going here on week 2, Picks and Gravy, presented to you by E's and B's Podcast. Make sure you guys check it out each and every Friday wherever you listen to your podcast at. Also, you can follow us at esandbs.org for all of our social media outlets. Keep up to date with everything right here on YouTube. We're trying to get those subscriptions up. Make sure you guys share this to all your friends and everybody out there. Hey, play along with us. See what your record's going to be. We're just out there trying to have some fun, predicting some of these games, and maybe, hey, even helping out some of them local betting gamblers out there. So make sure you guys spread the word. Picks and Gravy, presented to you by E's and B's Podcast. All right, guys, let's talk NFL Week 12, folks. A big one obviously started off on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to go ahead and give you our Thanksgiving Day picks, and then we'll move right into Sunday and the Monday night game. There on Thursday, we have the Bills over the Lions, the Cowgirls over the Giants, and the Vikings over the Patriots. Those are our Thanksgiving Day NFL games. Now, fast forwarding to Sunday there, how about the Broncos at the Panthers? And I know this is a hard one to choose, but we're going to go with the Broncos over the Panthers there on Sunday. Buccaneers at the Browns. Tom Brady and company keeping it rolling. We're taking the Buccaneers. Then the Ravens traveling down to the Jacksonville Jaguars. We've got the Ravens. Then staying in Florida, how about the Texans at my Miami Dolphins? And that is our gravy lock of the NFL week. That's right, Miami Dolphins over the Houston Texans there on Sunday. Then the Bears at the Jets. We're going to roll with the Bears. Bengals at the Titans. Titans over the Bengals. Falcons at Washington. Washington over the Falcons. Chargers will be in Arizona. We're going to take the Chargers over the Cards. Raiders at the Seahawks. Seahawks over the Raiders. The Rams will be traveling to Kansas City. We'll take the Chiefs over the Rams. 49ers and the Saints. We got the 49ers. How about the Packers up to the Eagles? No, Eagles over the Packers. And last but not least, on Monday night in my home state of Indiana, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts, and I'm going to go out on a limb. I never, ever root for this team, but I will pick them this week. The Indianapolis Colts over the Pittsburgh Steelers there on Monday. Folks, that's this week's Picks and Gravy right here, presented to you by E's and B's Podcast. Like I said, play along. Leave a message down below. Let us know how you did next week. We'll be right back here each and every Saturday morning before any college games kick off. Check it out. Find out how we did. Play along. Share with a friend like we always say on the podcast. Pass the gravy. Spread the butter. Tell a friend. Tell a family. Tell someone. With that, that'll wrap it up. We'll catch you Friday. on the E's and B's podcast, talking about everything out there, sports related, and of course, our favorite, some wrestling. Till next week, right here on Picks and Gravy, I'm Eddie B. Peace.